This is the aIR impulse loader from Audio Assault, and it's a little bit different from a lot of IR loaders, aIRs and Pulse. It's not just an IR loader itself. You can actually sculpt the IRs to how you want them before you even get into mixing or anything like that. As you can see, I've got a couple of riffs recorded here. So when you load it up, you just get this blank screen here. On the side, you get all these included IRs, as well as these ones from Seacow. And then on this next tab, I've got all your modules here. IR module, unit impulse, 3 different types of EQs, a focus, a phase delay, volume and a pan, high and low pass filters, a visualizer and a normalizer. And then you can save your own presets. And then at the top here, you've got this home screen, which brings you back to here. And then you've got this folder button here, and that's just to load up your own IRs. And then when you've done all your processing, then you can save that as a WAV file, so you can load that up into any IR loader. Saves all your CPU. If you've got one that you've created and you've got a load of modules, you think that's going to screw up my CPU, you can export it as a WAV file, and then you can either load it just straight back up into this or any IR loader. And then at the bottom here, this is a volume button, and you can also resize this window, which is absolutely fantastic, especially for us older guys. For this first riff, I'm going to be using the 8180 from Nembrini. I've got all the EQ set to 12 o'clock because we're not messing out with tones on the actual amp itself. We're just gonna create our own little couple of IRs here. So we've got one riff that's on a 7-string and one riff that's on a 6-string. Obviously I've just recorded this with the inbuilt IR, so we're going to bypass that altogether. For this first example, I'm going to use a couple of IRs from Audio Assault, and all you do is pick one and you just drag it in. What we will do, bang this visualizer in so you can see how it looks, impulse and frequencies. And if you just want to get shut of a module, all you do is just double click the bin icon. So put that back in, go back to IRs. So on the actual IR module itself, you've got high low pass filters, a delay, pan and a mix. Now unfortunately there's no documentation for this software, so it's a bit of getting there and play about with yourself, have a mess about and see what things do. Now this mix button to me is more of a volume button rather than a mix, but hey ho. And then these 3 buttons here is serial and parallel. You can process these in serial and parallel. What I've found from the little bits of messing about I've done is doesn't really make much difference, so I'll leave that alone. And then you've got a phase button as well, so if you're using IRs from different sources and they're not quite sounding right, you just engage that on one of them and it should sound a bit better. And then obviously that's an on and off button. So we've got the big fat grinder in there, so we'll just dial in the high and the low pass filters and you'll be able to see what's going off here. Just start playing this and then we'll just dial it in. As you can see the change in there as you're just dialing it in. So just taking the high pass filter to about 113 hertz, give or take, just to take a bit of that low end rumble off, and high pass just below 8K, just to take a lot of that fizzy white noise off, because when you're dealing with aIRs, I know some people take them up to about 12k. What I found is really anything above 8k is just white noise, because with an aIR you're getting a perfect representation of the speaker every time. Not like with a live speaker. If you're recording live, you're getting inconsistencies with the speaker as it's moving in the air. So anything really above 8k, sometimes even above 7k, is just absolute white noise. So we filtered them out. So let's just try another one that's a quite boomy one. Let's try one that's not quite as boomy. Let's try this Thrasher one. And as you can see, the wave file's changed again there, or the wave pattern, shall I say. So we'll switch the big fat grinder off, and then we'll just dial this Thrasher one in. So, same again, you see that one got a bit more top end, and it's still quite boomy, but it's still got a bit of top end, and as you can see, we've just taken quite a bit of that fizzy top end off there. We'll bring the big fat grinder in again, and see, the waveform has changed again, so we'll see what those two sound like together, see how they sound. So yeah, as you can see together, I think those two sound quite good together. It's just a couple I've thrown together. I've not done, well, I have done a little bit of messing about with this, but yeah, those are just two I've just thought I'd throw together on this, for this video. Even though these have got analog pass filters in there just for the individual modules. So what I'm going to do is just dial in another high and low pass filter on these, and then I'll start adding some other modules in, and then once I've dialed those in, I'll try and explain what I've done and why I've done it. So I'll crack on with those. So, as you can see, it doesn't take long just to dial in a quick. I'm not saying it's the best tone you'll ever eat. It's not mix ready or anything like that. So, what have I done and why? Right. So we've taken some 4K out there, 2800K out, around about 2.5, 3 dB of each, quite narrow bands. I find that though round about those frequencies, they're the really shrill, nasty, horrible, high-end, fizzy, horrible frequencies. Then in the mid-range, we've taken a bit of 300 and a bit of 600 out. That's where a lot of boxiness comes from. That's where a lot of boxiness comes from in the sort of mid-rangey. It's only just taking a bit of that boxiness out, and then on the low end, taking a bit of 230 and a bit of 170 for these particular two aIRs for these frequencies. You may try other aIRs out, or even add one to this and it'll totally change. I was finding when I was just dialing that in, that's where a lot of the boominess and muddiness and that woof, 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 an odd thing to say, but that sort of woofiness, that really boomy, muddy, nasty, that's what I'm finding anyway. But like I say, these are, still wouldn't say, oh, these are mix ready. You're still going to have to do some EQing in there. These are just quick filters just to try and shape the aIRs out itself. Like I say, this is just a flat EQ on the amp itself. Right, let's try one or two of these other units. Let's try this unit impulse, see what that does. So at the minute, that's at minus 6 dB. Right, that just seems to, as you lower it down, just seems to bring a bit more at the sort of lower ending, just sort of smooths everything off a little bit. As you raise it up, brings a lot more of that harshness back in. I'm liking it about this, so I'm going to leave that one in. So let's try this focus one, see what that does. Basically does what it says on the tin. Just basically where you want the focus, whether you want low end, mid range, or upper. I've sort of gone for a bit of a lower mid there, about 43-44%, just to bring a body back into that sound. Right, let's have a bit of fun. Let's try phase delay one. This one being a bit of fun. I'm not sure saying we're going to leave it in, but yeah, let's have a bit of fun with this one. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. Just quickly dialing in there, that's sort of a bit of a old school Swedish-ish type tone. That's sort of an old school late 80s, early 90s Swedish-ish tone without even the use of a HM2 pedal. That sounds pretty cool. I'm not going to leave it in for this example, but yeah, just shows you what you can do. And you can add multiple delays in, so you can shape it as you want. I think that's pretty cool. As you can see, that impulse wave has changed dramatically, so take that out. We've gone back to that. Volume and pan is self-explanatory, and then we'll just bob this normalizing. So by default, it goes to about -6 dB. Excuse you. So we'll have a play about with that and see what that sounds like. So as you can hear, at -6 does make it quite loud. So I've just backed it off to about -12. There you go. That's how quickly you can dial your own impulse responses in. So then once you've dialed it in, got a sound that you like, all you do is you go to export, and then your export options are 44.1, 48 and 96K. Nearly everybody uses 44.1. It's good enough. Some people go for a bit higher, but yeah, 44.1 is good enough. You've got mono or stereo. I'm going to leave it as mono for now, and I'm going to put it to 24-bit. Already got one set up in here. This is one I did earlier. Test 2. Oops, test 2. So if you want to save yourself some CPU, you save it to that. So we'll just disengage that at the moment, the audio. So we'll bang pulse in there, and then we'll see if it sounds any different through a different aIR loader. I think that sounds exactly the same to me, but you don't have to use pulse. I mean, that is a free one. Just save that as a preset. My preset number 2. I can always get that one back up. I'll get shut of all these. Switch pulse off. Bring that one back on, and then you can just bang that back in there. So there you go, that's that one. As you can see, you can either load it back up into aIR, and you've got that one, and then if you want to add to that, add as many aIRs as you want. I think I've read somewhere that somebody loaded about 140 odd, I think it was about 144 aIRs before the CPU went, no, I can't cope with this. So that's that one. On the 6 string, I've got the Hell Beast, the Screamer engaged, everything's at 12 o'clock. Take those cabs off. I've got nothing switched on in the effects. So that in there, and well, let's try a couple of different aIRs. So we'll just try a couple of these Angle Pro ones, these Lancaster Audio. These are from Scott Chernobyl Studios. Go check his channel out. Yeah, very knowledgeable guy, especially for home recording and using aIRs and amp sims. He's a very knowledgeable guy, so go check his channel out. So just dial this 6-string one in and come back and tell you what I've done. Take too long to dial in that. I mean, yeah, fair enough, I've only got a couple of cabs in there, so what I've done, taking a bit of top end off both of those. I'm finding 2A was a bit brighter at the top end, a bit more shrill, so I've just taken that down to 6K, and then combine, I've just taken them both down to about 100 hertz, just to keep it out of the way of the kick drum and the bass, taking it down to about just over 7K. So just to take a bit of that top end white noise shrill out. Same again on the high end, just taking a bit of 4.5K out. I was finding that was really shrill round about there. Same again round about 2.8K, really shrill. Just made that one look a bit wider. I find that sort of range you don't need quite as narrow a cut on that. And again, just a bit of boxiness out of the mid-range and a little bit of woofiness, not taking as much out of the low end because obviously it's on a 6-string, so you still need quite a bit of body in there. The focus, yeah, that's a bit lower. Bring a bit more of that body back in. Obviously these are not ready. Both of these examples are just with everything at neutral at 12 o'clock on the amp, and then your amp as you see fit. And then obviously when you put these in the mix, and then you're obviously going to mix them in EQ and do what you want afterwards. This is just video just to show you how easy this is to use, even without any documentation, which would have been nice just to give a bit of an explanation what all you mean, but most of them quite self-explanatory. So I am actually quite liking that, so I am going to save that. Export 3, quite liking that one. Yeah, so there you go, folks. There's the aIR impulse loader from audiobox. My thoughts on it: I'm liking this. I've only been messing about with it for the last few days. I think it came out last weekend. Yeah, I think it's really powerful for people like me. For people like me that like to mess about, have a dive down, create your own tone, create your own sound. Yeah, I'm loving this. Not everybody's like that. Some people are not. Hey, that's what makes the world go round. Some of us like to have a mess about, some of us don't. But yeah, overall, I'm quite liking this. I think I'll be using this, sculpt my own aIRs. Might even put one or two for sale. Or something. You never know. You never know what happens in the future. Yeah, like I say, that's it. I may or may not create my own, other people to use. I'll definitely be using this to create my own. I'll say I'm going to sell them. I might do something like Patreon or Subscribe Star at some point. Make them available on there to people that want to join up on either of those platforms if I decide to join. But yeah, I'm quite liking this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and I'll catch you in the next video. Alright folks, I hope you enjoyed that video. You can follow me on social media. You can also now get my music online. All links will be in the video description, and you can click up here to subscribe. Click the link down there for more videos that you may not see. Keep it loud and keep it heavy.